Okay, so here's a little bit more of what I did here. Okay, so here's my sandwich clamps for the transom. Okay, so I got them marked out. This is my first one. That's the second clamp. Okay, I have them marked there. This is my third clamp, and as you can see, I used a little bit of angle iron right here to get me some additional clamping force. This is my fourth clamp for all the way down the bottom over here, bottom of the boat. All right, so here's what I did. I have them marked out. Okay, fourth clamp, third clamp, got arrows, which way I have them, which side up. There's the second clamp, arrows together. Okay, which side up. Here's my fourth clamp. All right. A tip that I can give is when you're drilling these holes, get yourself an extra long bit so you can go through both of these at the same time. Throw a bolt through. Okay. Each of these is 1 foot all thread. Okay, so altogether here I have 10 feet of all thread for 4 clamps. All right, and you have to cut them down. You know, unless if you buy them already cut, you're going to pay a little bit more money. But if you get them longer, you can cut them down yourself. I think you could probably get away with 8 to 10 inches of all thread for each side. Okay, but this is how you do it. These are 5/16 all thread. You know, I bought nuts, I bought washers, all the way through on both sides. All I can tell you is when you go to do this is, well, like I said, the drill bit, get a longer drill bit. Instead of trying to drill one hole in this and one hole in that, put them both together. Drill one long hole. Just get an extra long bit. You will save yourself a lot of time. Otherwise, you're going to be drilling multiple holes. And so you want to have like a pilot bit, like a smaller one, and then the one that this fits through. And of course, you just drill them larger than the all thread, so it'll slip right through nicely. And then when you go to assemble this, to glue it, what you want to do is practice. Do a couple practice runs of putting it together and taking it apart, because when you're working with epoxy, you have a certain kick time. And so you don't want to be taking too much time. You have to mix the resin, you have to thicken it, you have to trowel it on to the transom. You have to get it in there, you have to get the holes lined up and the all thread lined up, you have to get the boards lined up and put it all in and tighten it down before the epoxy kicks. So do a practice run first, and then when you're ready, have it all lined up. You know, have all your clamps staged and lined up where you want them, you know, somewhere away from, a few feet away from the boat. You know, get some assistance. Mix up your epoxy, trowel it on, get it together, lock it down. Okay, and you know, another tip is to spray the threads with like WD-40, because you need a little bit of release. If the epoxy gets on it, you want to be able to twist them out. All right, and I had these. It took a while for this epoxy to kick, so I actually had the clamps on for like 2 days. Now I'm confident it's not going to go anywhere. So, but you know, that's it. Okay, I hope that helps. I know this looks a little bit ugly, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of this. But I don't want to do this again. But anyway, hope these tips help.